riding home very slowly from work, I want you to think about all the crazy people in the world, all these idiots who do things that just piss you off from how stupid they are. One of these people might be me, with my videos of me eating mouldy brain or a bag of balls. You probably look at it and think, wow, what an absolute dickhead. How can you be so stupid? Are you actually just being this way to be contrarian? Why would you be so dumb? You're clearly going against everything we're taught. And I want you to think, when you see people like that, do you really think people decide to just go against the grain just on a pure act of defiance for no reason at all, with no thought? Some might. Most people don't. Like, this could be with anything. I could go deep. We could talk about fucking... I'm not even gonna, boss. I've got like 10 subscribers. I don't need to be fucking banned yet. But at least the stuff I'm on about these days, raw meat. You know how much brainwashing... You know how scary it is to eat raw meat when you're told all your life how bad it is for you? How you're gonna instantly get food poisoning? How you'll probably die from it? Oh my god, it makes me giggle now, but I was the same even a few months ago. I actually ate raw meat last year for a little bit, and then I phased it out. I didn't really eat much, but I never got sick from it. But hey, the amount of fucking times I was going to eat it and just decided, no, this is bad, before I eventually bit the bullet and just ate some and realised it was fine. And, you know, it's too many to count. And nowadays I'll post something, me eating some raw steak or whatever, and people will be getting mad. Fucking, you're such a contrarian, people like you are the reason that we're declining, blah blah blah. It's like, Jesus Christ, you fucking virgins. Think for yourselves for a little bit. Do you really think I'd just pick up, like, a grown-ass man would just decide one day, oh, it's time to eat raw meat? Like, come on. Like, clearly there was a lot of thought going into it. You know, you don't just find these things by mistake. And, yeah, whatever. Look at people like fucking Goatis. I was guilty of this for many years, which is why I didn't really eat much raw meat. So I just thought he was a crazy guy. Little did I know that I was the crazy guy for thinking he was... I mean, okay, Goatis, fair play. Speaking of his character, whatever, let's ignore that, but speak about his actual points on diet, raw meat and whatnot. I can't see many flaws in the argument, honestly. I've seen people attack his accent. German accent, nutrients. It's like, you make fun of his accent. When I hear a German accent, I just think, okay, this guy speaks at least 2. I know he speaks Latvian as well, so at least 3 languages fluently. And he speaks English with an accent. Fucking... It's funny that it's usually these more left-leaning, diversity is our strength sort of people who character attack Goatis based on his accent. If anything, that's a sign of higher intelligence, if you can speak multiple languages. I'm just saying. If anything, that's more of a point to him. But regardless, whether he spoke only Swahili for all I fucking know, his points still stand. Yeah, attack his weird ass relationship. I'm not even going to get into it. Ignore, discard the filth and actually address the actual points. Most of you can't. You can't even think of why. And the actual points you'll bring up aren't even legit. They're just points someone else told you that you've not actually thought through. And yeah, this goes with so many things, but especially for people on the right, maybe more so a few years ago, but I'd say definitely still so now. The people on the right who think they're the so-called free thinkers, who think they're independent, who think they're awake and they're aware, that's probably the most dangerous mental state to be in. And I say this as someone who's been in that state for many, many years. Like, I'd look at Goatis going off on... He was a lolcow to me. I mean, he is to most people. But I'd hear some of his takes. Water dehydrates you. And I'd just laugh. I just think, oh my God, what a fucking idiot. Like, so stuck up, so snobby. This is me, not him. I was so stuck up, so snobby, fully thinking I'm just right. Of course water doesn't dehydrate you. What the fuck? Are you on crack? But then you look into it, or rather than looking into it, because every study's biased, I was about just try it yourself. That's what I did. I used to drink 2 to 4 litres of water a day as a minimum. I was peeing all the time. My lips were always dry. I was always dehydrated. Now I'm mainly drinking milk, juice. Sometimes I'll have a sports drink. It's not the healthiest for me, but I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be the healthiest person on earth always. Life is short and whatever. But little changes here and there add up to making you feel a lot better. But yeah, fucking I was drinking all the time. Today I've had a 8.5 hour shift, pure manual labour. I had a small glass of apple juice, a small glass of milk, 2 glasses of milk actually, that's it. I don't even feel thirsty. My lips are salivating. I'm a lot more hydrated than I normally am. But if I looked at all the studies and just assumed they were all right, I'd be laughing at him. Huh, water clearly doesn't dehydrate you, you fucking idiot. Obviously there's nuance to this. He says this shit, as he's talked about it so many times. If anything, it's maybe even a clickbait thing to say, as it gets you, it triggers people. It triggered me. And it makes you hopefully want to look into it more. Eventually, the more I learn, the more I realise he's actually kind of on the money with this. And oh my God, this is one of the main things I just roast him for all the time. So cocky in my own beliefs, my own brainwashing basically. So when I say people are brainwashed or slaves or idiots, I say it, I'm being mean, and I'm being judgmental, okay, I am. But I was the exact same, so, you know what I mean? I wish someone had been harsh to me and fucking just really told me to my face how dumb and pretentious I am and how I should fucking humble myself, basically. If you're full on convinced that you couldn't be fooled, chances are you're the biggest fool of us all. Can you even say, good God, it's speeding now. Can you even say to yourself, I might be brainwashed? I might be brainwashed. With all this stuff I'm learning, I don't ever pretend to know it all. I feel like I'm on the money now, but I'm never going to say absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, whatsoever, this is the right way. Plus, I can't possibly 100% know. I'm pretty confident now that the way I'm living is closer to how it should be, at least in terms of achieving optimal health and whatnot. I'm not perfect, mind you, once again. But to delude oneself into really thinking that they know everything there is to know about a certain topic, any topic, that's dangerous, man. Say it. I might be brainwashed. I'm wondering how many of you, well, okay, there's going to be like 2 viewers, whatever. But I wonder, out of the 2 of you, could you even say it? Well, you may be embarrassed that there might be people hearing you say that out loud. If you couldn't say it, I just want you to know, without a shadow of a doubt, this is one thing I am certain on. You are brainwashed. Because you should be able to say these things. Keep humble. Whenever you see crazy people, or people that seem crazy to you, always, they might be crazy. They might be absolutely fucking bonkers. But you've always got to at least entertain the thoughts. Even with shit like flat earth. I don't believe in flat earth. I still listen to people speak about flat earth. They are convincing. I don't believe it. The globe theories are more convincing. But I'm really just gonna... Yeah, what if they do know something I don't? This goes for everything. Gym, history, politics, anything you can think of. Never assume you know everything, because chances are you don't. And if the moment you begin to assume that you know everything is the minute you stop learning, and it's basically all over. You've basically just accepted, no matter how wrong I may be with anything, I'm not even going to strive to learn. with my limited time on this earth. Every day you could be learning so much or doing so much, and you've decided I'm just gonna sit and pick my nose and never think for the rest of my life, look at the corner and listen to the big boys tell me what to think. And that doesn't sound like a decent sort of way to be, for me at least. But yeah, we could go really deep into these topics. But you know, I'm just generally speaking today, anyone you think might be a bit loopy or you just assume they're an idiot, you know, that people tend to want to fit in. People tend to want to be approved of by others. If someone's going so against the grain in such a extreme way as to actually trigger people and get people talking about how stupid this guy is, you have to think they know how the majority of the world perceives them for their controversial views, but they still choose to push these, oftentimes without making any money, without any help in the form of advertisements or other support. They still choose to push these messages. Why? I'm not even saying they're right, but someone has to truly believe they are right. And they're not going to just assume they're right. Like, yeah, that tree there's an apple tree. I'm not going to check. It just is. It's like, if you're like that, you're dumb. But when people say things that are so abrasive or that trigger you so much, that just piss you off. For me, it was water dehydrates you. So that was just the opposite of everything I knew. You have to think. Don't be like me and just laugh at these idiots. Instead, look at yourself and think, I might be the idiot. Good God. I don't know why every time I yap to my phone when I'm riding home from work, I just start pedaling so fast uphill. But to save you just listening to me pant for another 5 minutes, we're gonna cut it off. Fucking hell. But yeah, listen to what I say. Don't believe everything I say, but keep your mind open. The people who act like they're the most open-minded, generally the most closed-minded people you could possibly meet. Always. So, myself included, before anyone thinks I'm trying to make out that I'm above everyone these things. We're all human, we're all flawed. It's being aware of it, that's a step most people don't even take. But yeah.